Hey guys, and welcome to devlog 9 of Palm Sugar, a village story. In the previous devlog, we've talked about the game production process and the overall progress in the game where we were at. And in this devlog, I will be talking about how I go ahead and design puzzles, which is also part of a level design process. We will also be talking about how I document my ideas, like whenever I get an idea, what do I do with it, and how I go ahead and implement those ideas after I sketch it in Unity. What is the difference between once you get an idea on paper versus when you execute it on in the game engine, how different it is. We will get to see all these things in this video. So let's start with how I go about documenting my ideas, or like how I make a note of all the ideas that I get. So if you can see, even before actually going into the game engine, I start off with making a pen and paper model of how the puzzle will work. As you can see that I've created a similar map on a piece of paper. I've made all the puzzles. I've created 4 puzzles here. For the sake of this video, I will only be explaining how I've gone ahead converting these puzzles from a paper idea to actually putting it into game engine. So for this, I will be taking this middle one that I've created. We will now go ahead and see how different it is when we create it on paper versus putting it actually into the game engine. There are like different things that you need to consider. As the player progresses into the level, they will reach this location in the map. I made sure I placed a bush so that the player can pick up a grass bunch to throw it at the cows to attract them. Now I'm assuming that the player has an immediate temptation to throw the grass bunch at the intersection of line of sight of these 2 cows. And then there are these obvious blockades that player cannot cross to reach the other side. And the obvious path is blocked due to puzzles. The blockade is created with a cart and a cow. The player has to cross the blockade to meet his love interest, and that will trigger the cutscene. Now we'll see how it looks in the game engine. So if you noticed in the gameplay, there is a lot of difference compared to how you execute it on paper. There are obviously things that you did not anticipate to happen, but you have encountered in the gameplay. So you do have to like add additional colliders or like additional obstacles in layman's term for the player to feel obstructed, and that he only uses the obvious path. As you can see, there was this rock that I placed above, but the player was still able to go beyond that. So what I need to do is go ahead and place a new rock over there and just like close that area, which I'll be doing later. And as you can see, once that is done, you cannot execute the way exactly how it is on paper, because there are certainly a lot of changes when it comes to actual gameplay. So I hope you liked my puzzle design process. Let me know in the comments what are the other aspects of game production that you want me to cover. Thanks for watching.